the memories fades, and those were the good old days.
Let me take you back. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back and tell you the story of who was Jack Swisher. Jack Swisher was no relation to me or anyone. He was one of Sean's alter egos. It all started at Paul Brown Tigers Stadium. Of course, Paul Brown Tigers Stadium is where the Massillon Tigers played the high school football team, the high school which I graduated from in 1992. Named after the great NFL head coach Paul Brown, who I believe he coached the Massillon Tigers and played for the Tigers and coached for the Tigers, and he coached the NFL's Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals at one point. I think that's how it went. Anyway, nonetheless, when they kicked field goals, they didn't have the nets like the NFL does now, and maybe they have them now, but back then they did not. And when they kicked the field goal, it would come up into the stands. Well, up into the stands there in the end zones and the bleachers, and Sean went ahead, stepped in front of this guy and caught the ball. The guy's like, "Hey, what's your problem?" Sean goes, "Nothing, just catching the ball." He goes, "Well, you know what?" He goes, "I don't like you, man." He goes, "You got a real attitude problem." He goes, "What's your name?" Sean hesitates a minute or pauses a second or two. He says, Jack Swisher." He's like, "Well, I'll tell you what, Jack." He goes, "You better watch yourself." He goes, "I'm going to be watching you." He goes, "You got a problem." Sean used that alias Jack Swisher in more ways than one. And one of them was to, courtesy of Bob, the BMG Music, buying 10 CDs, or 12 CDs for a penny, however they got their little thing there, and only buying like one or two after like a year or 2 years or whatever it was. You know, BMG and how they do all that stuff and whatnot. But Sean used that to courtesy of Bob and BMG, because Jack Swisher didn't exist, and he got the CDs and didn't pay for them. Just a real quick briefing of who was Jack Swisher, one of Sean's alter egos. I don't know if Sean uses that alias Jack Swisher to this date. Back in the day, Jack Swisher got into a lot of mischief. Or should I say Sean Swisher? Maybe it was Jack Swisher. Not quite sure. Nonetheless, funny to look around. Funny to remember who was Jack Swisher. And that is the briefing of who was Jack Swisher. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.